Welcome to Fantasy Quick Hits. This is Miles and Cam. In this episode, Miles and Cam continue to ramble on and on and on about their upcoming dynasty drafts.
We talked about the four main receivers.
And then after that, go get your guy.
Then you start shooting fish in a barrel.
Mhm.
It's like whatever your flavor is.
Yeah, was it Roschon Johnson? I think went in the first round of another friend of ours draft.
Yeah.
Like late in the first. And he asked me if he should take him. Like ahead of time, I said, "Hey man, you get past those first 7 guys are locks."
Yeah.
And after that, shoot your shot. It doesn't matter what the average draft position says. Go after your guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some guys that are way down there, but anybody that's once you hit the second round, you're just swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
I like A-Chain. Like
A-Chain's good. He's fast. He's in a good offense.
And that's the only place he could have gone and been where I like him.
But not to interrupt.
Oh, it's okay.
But what if Jonathan Taylor or Dalvin Cook ends up in Miami?
I'll bet.
It'd be a 1 year rental.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll do whatever. As far as this year.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Cook 1 or 2 years max or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't sign anybody.
Yeah, and it just sucks that these running backs, they just fall off a cliff when they're done.
Yeah.
And like Leonard Fournette, Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, they're all out there. They're going to end up somewhere, and they're going to take carries away from one of these young guys for dynasty. And I would avoid like A-Chain. I'm not drafting him in redraft.
No.
And none of like Bijan will go early, Jameer will go early. We live in North Dakota, so Addison, there's a bunch of Vikings fans here. You got to know who you draft with, too, people.
Know your audience.
Because like half of our league are Vikings fans, and the other half are Packers, and for some reason there's some Bears. So the math doesn't work out on that, but trust me, there's like 2 Bears fans, and the rest are Vikings, it seems like. So half and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's some of that new math they talk about.
And I just like players on my team. I don't like any specific team, just if they score points for my team. And it's been 5 years and that has not happened yet. So this year I'm rolling the dice.
Yeah. On a previous podcast, I told the people that I am the best in our league, but I have placed 9th 2 years in a row and then 2 6ths. So I always say the best is by doing but doing the most research.
Yeah.
And it does not always equate to results, people.
Yeah.
There was the one league I had the second most points going into the playoffs, and I was 10th, like right up until like the last 2 weeks of the season. But I just got a bad beat.
Yeah.
In that league, I am 4th most in points for historical, and I was 4th in points and 2nd with points against. And one of these. Oh, it's been hard on old Miles. The fantasy gods have been mad at me. But one of these days, I'm going to have to sacrifice a chicken or something. I got a smoker. I'll cook the fantasy gods up something nice.
That would work.
That'll have to work.
Or just go get them some KFC, right?
Yeah, they don't know the difference.
Oh, yeah, they would.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. So, let's see. After this 7th pick, you know what? You get the 2 running backs, and you get the run of 4 receivers. Then you get Kincaid.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get the Zach Charbonnet, the Kendre Miller, the Roschon Johnson. Mm-hmm. Then you're gonna throw in, the quarterbacks: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson.
We have a 10-team league. We only start 1 quarterback, so I don't know how many quarterbacks are gonna go. Like last year, I think we only drafted 1 quarterback in that league.
I bet they'll go, but 2 of them will probably go late.
Yeah.
I think Anthony Richardson's probably going to be the one that'll go first. You know, just because he's dual threat so good. But he's gonna. He's good.
If he's there in the 3rd, I'm taking him.
He's good. If he's there in the 2nd, well, I don't have any picks in the 2nd or the 3rd, so you'll get him.
You can always trade.
Yeah.
Oh. So last year was the first year that we did the long form dynasty draft. And that was, you had 24 hours to make a pick. And that That was so much fun. You'd be at work and you'd get a text like, hey, you want to trade me this for this? And there was like, the phones were just blowing up and you'd get like, there's been a trade. There's been another trade. And then there was the pick. I'm like, oh my God, this is the excitement. It was 4-round rookie picks. So 40 picks, which shouldn't, we're picking guys like, was it Jalen Tolbert?
Yeah.
In the 3rd round. I don't even know if he's in the league this year.
He's in the league. He's on both my teams. I'm not kidding.
Because I remember I drafted him and then I dropped him.
Yeah, and I picked him up.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be good.
Oh, hope springs eternal in the fantasy draft.
So.
And sidebar, do you think I'd like to draft now when, like, have our rookie drafts the closer we get to season?
Yeah.
And I know people have it, like the NFL has their draft and it's over on Saturday. And other leagues are drafting Sunday.
Yeah.
But I think we have more casual fans than we do. And I've thought about joining some leagues online, like that are just like absolute. I've been using this phrase, absolute fantasy degenerates.
Yeah.
So fantasy football degenerates.
I think it'd be fun, but I also know that I need a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
And because if I started up again in April, I'm worrying about my draft and stuff like that, and the players that I had, and hoping somebody doesn't get hurt in a jet ski accident.
Yeah. Who was that? That just happened. Oh God, who was it?
He's out for the year.
Yeah.
Running back.
Oh, that's
right. Naheem Hines.
That's right.
Yeah. And he wasn't even driving the damn jet ski. Or darn jet ski. Cut.
Hey man, I don't trust those trees. They seem kind of shady. This has been Fantasy Quick Hits with Miles and Cam.